The RBP RX-3 side step bars in black are a good choice for any 2007 to 2018 Silverado owner who wants to pick up a very unique step that has a super durable build for use and functionality. Now the set here, being more off-road friendly, comes in right around the $600 mark. The installation is extremely simple, which I'll take you through later on. Just know there's no drilling required, 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. With these installed, you obviously get the function of a step helping you get in and out of your truck safely and securely no matter what the weather is. Now they have an individual step under each of the doors built for crew cabs or whatever base you've got, they have them available. The steps are very slip resistant with almost scratch or claw marks on top of the stainless steel kind of embedded into the metal here, almost slash marks. Now on top of that, they have the RBP name embedded into the materials here or cut out of the materials. So in any wet weather, you'll still be able to safely get in and out along with your passengers. One of the coolest things about this is the pocket or steel inserts between the outer bar from the rocker panel and the inner bar, which can be helpful in catching things you might drop out of the cab or even just giving you another safe and secure way to hop in and out with some support and some styling at the same times. Sometimes your phone might slip out of your pocket and this can help catch that, hopefully if it falls into the right spot. It also just gives you other parts of the bar to step on, so if you access a roof rack or whatever, you can step in the middle, you can stick your toes in there, and everything kind of just gives you support to get where you want to be safely. Now the one-piece wheel-to-wheel build is completely made out of a strong solid steel, which makes it one of the more durable options in the category, and it's way more crack and bend resistant than most, which makes it a good option for off-roading. Now the pocket inserts have that hole punch steel appearance. The steps have more of a diamond steel plated, like I said, kind of have slash marks or something, however you'd want to call that. So it also has a very linear angle to the frame to maintain the factory ground clearance as well. That's honestly my favorite part. Along with the styling and the appearance and functionality, if you're going off-roading, this thing does not compromise ground clearance. Most steps will attach to your rocker panels and hang a little lower and would hit or scrape on rocks when you're off-roading. These are built to accommodate that terrain. You can pick these up for just about 600 bucks, a definitely higher price in the category, but for an obviously good reason. They're built for tougher jobs, they make a bit more functional thanks to other things like the pockets, the steel, the wheel-to-wheel length, and they're just really tough to look at, I think. To get this thing installed, we pulled our own Silverado into the shop and got it up on a lift. Now let's head over there to see how the mechanics get this job done. What I can tell you is it's got 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. It'll take you about an hour or so from start to finish on both sides. Now it is pretty heavy to be handling by yourself, holding it up and propping it up while working the ratchet. So if you are working by yourself, it is a good idea to have something on deck to prop it up on one end while you work on the other. I've got a wooden box laying around that I'm gonna use to prop it up. I would definitely recommend using a helping hand if you have somebody there that can hold it up while you just work your wrench underneath the truck. So there's gonna be 4 mounting points. The brackets are already welded to the side step, so it takes 1 less step out of the process. You don't have to do them individually. So what we're gonna do is mount these to 4 different locations on the interior wall of the rocker panel, the pre-drilled holes there. So we're gonna start on the driver's side front and work our way back, so let's get to it. So starting from the driver's side front bracket here, what we're gonna do is take one of our U-nut clips, stick it on over our pinch weld hole. And you have to use a little force there as well, because it is a little bit tight. So once you have that snapped into place, take one of your 13mm bolts with a flat and lock washer over them and thread it into the pre-drilled hole in the body of the vehicle. All right, so that's in place. It's kind of holding itself up at that point. You're gonna take another one of your bolts with a lock washer to flat washer. You're gonna prop this up, slide it through the bottom toward the pinch weld, and tighten that up by hand. Once you get these bolts tightened down just a little bit by hand, you want to get them just a little snug, just enough in there that you have just a little bit of wiggle room. With that little bit of wiggle room, you'll be able to line up the rest of the bracket holes, simply because if you tighten them up a little too much, they'll just be a little off-centered for the next bracket. So leave them just a little loose so you have that little bit of room for adjustment. Moving on to the second bracket here on the driver's side, we're going to thread one of our bolts through the body panel. So you want to make sure you have your lock and flat washers on there as well. We're going to use one of our U-nut clips, put it over the pinch weld. Make sure your threading is facing up when you put this over the pinch weld. Have your helping hand hold this up or prop it up with one of your crates there, just to get this threaded through that pinch weld. Once you have your U-nut clip in place, grab one of your bolts with the washers and tighten that down by hand into that clip. For the driver's side rear bracket, the same process as our previous one here. Panel removal tool or a flathead screwdriver to pop off that rubber grommet. Grab your U-nut clip, feed that over and into the top bracket in the body panel. Take one of our bolts and thread that through by hand. From there, take another U-nut clip, push it over your pinch weld. Once you have that driver's side rear bracket all tightened up, you can go ahead and tighten down all the bolts on all the previous brackets. So once you have the driver's side of the RBP RX-3 side steps installed, the passenger side is going to be the exact same process. Just repeat what you did here for the other side of the truck and you're good to go. Once it's installed, you'll notice it is coming down pretty low, so you are losing a relatively significant amount of ground clearance, but with the one-piece steel construction, it does have a very, very durable build, so it is going to protect the sides of your truck from road hazards and maybe light off-road trail hazards. As far as the ground clearance goes, if you are off-roading, you're going to want to put a lift on your truck if you are using the RBP RX-3 side steps. But overall, if you like the way these look with the textured black finish, you can pick this set up right here for yourself at AmericanTrucks.com.